show. It's your Budshire. It's your Budshire, ABT Pro, y'all. So it's me. I'm here. I just obviously came from church. It's Sunday. I'm sleepy. I ate, so I got the itis. And so I'm about to lay down, call it quits. The only thing that's keeping me up right now is my life preserve of Starbucks. Yeah. So I ate, went to service. I was up late last night. I was trying to take some time off, but it's so funny. When I say I need time off, I say I need time off. I had the most productive week. I had but you know how I work. I explained to y'all. But anyhow, I'm planning on maxing and relaxing. I'm chilling like a multi-million. I'm just cooling it. I wore the suit today. I got 3 compliments. I got 3 different compliments. So one was a group compliment. A bunch of older white ladies. I'm like, yo, let me go. I gotta go now. Thank you. Well, how tall are you? Lady, why don't you get on your cane and find a stand up? Anyway, it's beautiful though. I'm in the house so much that when I get out, I'm so excited and so happy to see other people. And I just, I'm all smiles. I'm just and especially where I go to eat, it's just like a buffet restaurant, right? It's just a buffet. And they have all these kind of delectable foods and you can eat as much as you want. But there's a lot of different families, a lot of people from churches come there, and just a lot of different people. And so they're all doing a lot of different things. They're just running around and being happy and, not paying attention to anything. And it's beautiful. It's so exciting and it's so happy. It makes to see so much life, So I'm tired and I'm going to go to rest. I had my iPhone too with me. So I didn't take any pictures of people, but I took a lot of pictures of food. I seem to be doing that a lot. And so, I took some pictures of my sweeties, my little girls. Oh, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. One's having a birthday, but I'm not gonna show you that. But so I had pictures of food and stuff like that. So I chowed down. You go there and you go there hungry. You eat with your eyes, right? So it's nice. So I've been posting a lot of them on Facebook. But as far as work, there's so much to talk about. Speaking of white people, I wanted to say that. Now, I don't really differentiate one between the other. I was just thinking about that earlier. When I was a younger guy, we used to have, my mom used to take us to the priest and we would go on different days of the week. Actually, my dad drove me to church today, which he just loves that, right? I'm going to get my car going so I don't have to go through it. But, they had church and my mom used to send us up to church and we had different pastors. We never had a problem they were really good men, white dudes, but, they were just really good men. You wanted to be like them. That's how good they were. And, they never, all this crap about them putting their hands on the kids and stuff like that. Never had that thing, never had no problem like that, and then they were stricter. You would get disciplined. You get disciplined in a public school, which I think is a beautiful thing. Instead of drugging these kids, they need to pull out a paddle. Instead of giving them riddling, just riddle that booty one time, But of course, it'll be out of hand. Somebody will take it out of hand. But if they had strict provisions where they had a certain staff and they handled it only one way, you get certain amount of licks for this and a lick for that and a lick for that, you get, it would be better. I know you probably think it's bad, but anyway. One of the priests did, he would discipline us, but I'm telling you, he had he had a completely different form of disciplinary technology. He would just grab your ear and pinch and twist it, and he would pinch it so hard until it hurt, and that was it. And even my music teacher, he used to, you give you the handshake and crush your knuckles, and was restraint, well, they were just the greatest men. Well, I want to say, the reason why I want to talk about that is because this issue about this TSA, pat downs and stuff like that, that must be a white person issue, because black people ain't worried about getting no darn pat downs. Every time I go to a club on a Saturday, or anytime I go to a club, I'm going to get all kinds of pat down. It's just like you walk into the club like this, and they be, extensive pat down or not, I'd rather get a pat down than a darn image scan where they just, they use it for, when I don't have a problem with the image scans if they don't save it, because they might be using it for who knows what if they didn't save it, but they're going to save it, put it on record and all that stuff. They only should save it if there's a violation or something that to be question later, but they'll abuse that. So I'd rather have a pat down. I'll be like, yo, I know that drill. Like, this is like club up in the club. You can't go in the club nowadays without a pat down. There's no biggie. So unless maybe that's a white person thing, nice club thing. I'm ribbing. I'm just ribbing. But really, what they need to do is pat down all of those congressmen and kick them out of office that are trying to give the president a hard time. The president has got he's doing what he's saying he's doing. He's done everything that he says is probably the best president we ever had. And you know what? It's sad, because really this whole Muslim thing was just, poor negotiation. We probably didn't have to have 9/11, 9/11, and all this Muslim kind of racism. It's good that we had somebody who is at least sensitive. You have to be aware of it. You have to still, even though you have some radical ones, you have somebody who realize that not all of them are radical, and that there are still, there's a lot that has to be worked with, and the more we stay open and diplomatic to that, the more opportunity that they have to come to become a more modern, I can't say modernized, but more democratic society. I don't know. No society is perfect, but at least, there's some good things about America. My man, he told me that he was in the preacher. We had a guest preacher. He was talking about he was in Africa, and he heard this buzzing sound, and then all of a sudden he looked up and he said he saw the sky get black because they had a locust swarm. He said at that moment he wished he was back home in America so bad. He said, God bless America. They don't have these big, huge locust swarms, He said that, he said the only thing I wanted to be is back home. Oh man, it was so funny. This was church. Anyway, so anyway, that was just a personal gripe. It's so bad. We got a president that is actually getting things done, making things happen, and because of the lack of awareness and participation in that election, it's going to be harder. They're going to gridlock anybody. What they did when they disrespected the president and did not show up for a meeting to help create, to get it to know each other and help create a more cohesive political climate. Anybody who did not show up needs to be fired. You're just saying, and that's that radical. The problem is when you have radical Republicans and radical Muslims, that's the same thing. You got the same problem. Radical Republicans is just as bad as radical Muslim. If you're radical, if you're like that, it's just not gonna work. And to not show up for the presidential meet and greet or whatever it was that they were supposed to be there, to disrespect. I can't even say it. We are a superpower. That kind of political. The president is a superpower. And he's elect, and for somebody to actually do what they said they were gonna do, hey, stop in pulling hold the troops, fixed all these things, and actually, I saw this line. He said, a government plan. I think it was a guy that looked like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? And he has a television show. He says, a government plan that actually work. We have to evaluate this. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, God bless America. God bless you all. But don't do crap and think you always gonna get blessed. I mean, everybody does something. I do mine. But I'm just saying, if you do adversive stuff. This shows these Republicans show no interest in even, for a better America. It's like this guy has a good track record, things are working, and then to ignore something for a better America. Anyway, my time is up. I'm over 10 minutes. God bless you all. Love you all. Bye.